Hello everybody, welcome to Madrid United. It is the preview show as Tim just starts his engine ready to go to the pub. He's on his way. At least Tim is smiling. Owen is going to be with us as well soon. We're going to look ahead, get all your thoughts, get your comments in as always on what you think is going to happen today. And quickly, before I start this video, I just wanted to shout out to one of my longest serving subscribers to the channel. Mike Lilly and his family. About a year ago today, Mike lost his brother, and Stephen, he was called. So I promised Mike I will give him a shout out to start this video and dedicate this preview video to you, my friend. Hope your family and everyone is well, and I hope the Reds can pull through for you today, mate. It is a massive day for the Reds. Owen is with us as well. And people, before we get into news, is obviously me and Keane broke down our thoughts last night on certain things happening in the transfer window. I'll give the others a chance to air their thoughts as well very soon. But the teams have just dropped. And who said United don't listen to the fans? Who said they don't look at social media or watch my posts? Eric Bailly starts in front of Victor Lindelof. Lindelof is dropped to the bench. Other than that, it's as you were against Brighton. So De Gea still stays. Back four of Bailly, Lindelof, fullbacks of Wan-Bissaka and Luke Shaw. Midfield three of the never-changing Bruno Fernandes, Matic and Pogba, and the dynamic trio up front, Greenwood, Martial and Rashford. I'll come to you first, Tim, mate, because it looks like you need to set off soon to get to the pub.
It's all good, mate.
Trying to catch up to Owen, because Owen's probably next a few by now already. So.
No, mate. I'm on the water.
Oh, we was out last night. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm sure everyone else will as well. But Tim, team news. I think you know what, mate. If there was one way that he could quell the noise coming from the fan base just for a little while, it was making that change at centre back that he has, Tim, mate.
Yeah, for sure. I think Bailly earned it too.
Yeah, he did.
He certainly looked well when he's been called upon so far, and you're right. I mean, that's probably really with what he has available to him. That's his best back four in terms of personnel. So then now they've got to perform for him. That'll be the thing today. Is now they need a performance.
That's exactly it, Mary. Team. We sort of expected it, didn't we? But we have been given a little present by Bailly coming in. We just found out as well that Son is actually fit to play this game. So Son is in for Spurs, and someone with Bailly's pace is probably going to benefit us. And I think this was a big boost for us because Spurs have got a big boost in Son playing in this team as well.
I'm so happy that Ollie has finally seen what's out there, not even pressure from the fans, and given Lindelof, if you want to call it dropped or a rest. Bailly deserves to start. Absolutely. He is, when he's fit, our best centre-back. Son, massive boost for Spurs that he's in. 90 goals and 49 assists for him for Spurs. He's an absolute machine. Their best player, in my opinion. Big boost for them. He's going to give Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I think, a hard time, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka has to be miles better than he was against Brighton because that was a shit show from him. So he needs a big performance today for us.
Yeah. I mean, Keane, are you echoing what Tim and Mary have said there, pal? We need some big performances today, mate. I think Ole needs some big performances today because you know what? The only way that any noise can be sort of quietened down is with victories on the field, mate. And this is the first real test for us. I know we've not been performing well and we've struggled in every other game, apart from the Carabao Cup. But this is the first real test of a quality sort of team. And Spurs on the up and coming off the back of a couple of good wins in the week as well, mate. There's a lot that Ollie needs from this team today, agreed?
Yeah, I'd agree. Like we do need big performances from big players today. I think today the midfield battle is going to be very, very important. I think with Spurs midfield three, with Højbjerg, Sissoko, though they're very physical presences in midfield, so Paul Pogba himself and Nemanja Matic, they're two players who are going to have to win that midfield battle. They're going to have to do that because Spurs are going to come with that physical approach and they're going to be very direct. They're going to try to hit us with Son and Kane. Again, obviously the front three as well. We need that. We need them to be on song today. We need to score goals today, because with Mourinho, yourself, he's going to come. He's going to shut up shop. So we need to be on the front foot today. We need to press. We need to be aggressive. We need to be everything that Manchester United team expects to be. So we need to be on the front foot today.
Yeah, I mean, Owen, mate, have you got much hope for this today? You going into this confident, mate? Having seen the team, we've got enough, mate. But it's the mentality of this team at the moment. Does it worry you with what's going on off the field that could affect us today, or is it a case of just, you know what, there's a perfect opportunity just to sit some people back down, because we need performances from some under pressure players today?
Yeah, I mean, like the likes of Luke Shaw, like we're linking with Alex Telles and stuff. Like Luke Shaw should be thinking, right, I need to perform. I need to show that I'm capable of holding down this left back position, keeping it. And people like, Mason Greenwood as well, if we link with likes of Sancho and Ousmane Dembele, like he wants to keep his place in the starting 11. So it's a good opportunity to showcase himself. But I'm just nervous about the shit show that Mourinho is going to put in front of us. It's going to be a terrible game of football to watch. It's just not going to be enjoyable. I'm not looking forward to it. I hate playing against the Mourinho team. I hated watching it. It's just boring. It's dreadful. It's not going to be exciting, and it's just going to be a terrible game to watch, I think.
It's one of them, mate. I mean, Tim, if there was ever an opportunity for Mourinho to park the bus, it's today. Having played, this is their 4th game in 10 days, pretty much. So it's the perfect opportunity, going off fitness levels, an excuse for him to actually play it. And you can see it, like what Owen was saying then. You can just see what's coming in a way, can't you, mate?
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, everyone knows, how do you beat United? You just park the bus, you make them break you down, right? Like that's
give them the ball.
So it just give them the ball and break us down, and that just plays into exactly what Mourinho wants to do anyway. So yeah, I agree with Owen. It's going to be an ugly game of football, and but this is where you just need, in games like this, I find you need big moments from your big players. So whether it's an individual piece of skill, Bruno has got to be on it today, because I get him on the ball as much as possible in higher up the pitch, so that he can try to work his magic and draw defenders out and create space for others. I mean, it's gonna be ugly for sure. Mourinho all week's been, Ole touched on in the press conference. He's been all over United this week, talking about how we need a 22-yard penalty box or 18-yard box, and
rub it in,
yeah. So he'll be up for it. Mourinho will be up for it. He'll get his team up for it, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, if anything, all or nothing's to go by. It'll be the same old dignity, respect, and all this garbage. Yeah. Get on there and show your talents and earn your wage, and you will win the game. It's as simple as that. Stop fanning around, worrying about stupid things. Get on with it. And United have got way too much for Spurs if we turn up. If we turn up, that is the big one, the big if. I mean, a few people have picked on it there. Solomon said it. I mean, I'll come to you, Owen, on it first, mate. Van der Beek, man, he must be thinking, what have I got to do to get in this team?
I don't understand it, because Pogba was absolutely dreadful against Brighton, and I feel like he definitely should be in the team. Like, he came on against Palace, got a goal. He looked quality against Brighton during the week. I don't understand why he's not starting. I just don't get it. Maybe Ollie doesn't want to put too much pressure on him too soon, but he seems like he's well able to deal with it in terms of his character. Like a couple of interviews I've seen him do, like he just seems like a great lad. And I feel like he's more than capable of starting for us today. And I think we'll probably likely see him around 60 minutes. I feel like that. If Pogba's not, because I feel like Pogba won't be able to pull his weight today. I feel like he might get bullied in that midfield. And I feel like Van der Beek could possibly change the game for us if he comes on as a sub.
Yeah, I mean, Mary, Owen touched on it there. 60 minutes, there's going to be a lot of attention on Ollie and his in-game management. 60 minutes is quite early for an Ollie substitution, Mary.
Exactly, he doesn't make a sub till like 75, 80 at least.
Owen's keen, he's wanting things to happen, but you know what, Mary, we've seen Ollie and we've seen how deflated he was in his interview when he was answering transfer questions the other day. All he can do now is just get that team motivated and get out there and put some results on the board. But we're hoping he's made one positive step for me already today in dropping Lindelof, but maybe he has to be a little bit versatile. Maybe give Van der Beek a few more minutes, because you know what, Van der Beek he's he's not been worked out yet by the Premier League. Everyone does get worked out eventually, but Van der Beek is new, he's fresh. And I'll be really, really interested to see how he links up with that front three now that everyone is getting back to fitness as well. So, I mean, substitutes, like Owen said there, they have to be a little bit earlier sometimes if things are not going well.
He's kind of made them a little bit earlier in a couple of games this season, but
yeah, you think that's down to fitness factors or tactical?
Probably fitness, and like we saw, Pogba's been nowhere near, like absolutely stinking the place out with performances. For me, I would have started Van der Beek. He linked up excellently with Matic in that Brighton game, got that lovely little backheel assist as well, and in a run that his one-touch football and his passing is very, very good. His late runs into the box as well. The only thing I hope for Pogba is he got that goal the other night when he came on. He's against Mourinho as well. He might be up for it, but I do worry about him because he is miles off the pace. And this is why we signed Van der Beek, so we wouldn't have to play with the same players every single week. So I don't get it in one way from Ollie. In another way, I'm hoping that Pogba shuts us up and puts in an 8, 9 out of 10 performance today.
That's it. I mean, you mentioned the word worry there, Mary. Everyone's the beard's looking good. Yeah, fresh trim. That's what it is. Everyone, that word worry there. And we were talking just before we came on. Keane, you was one who I think sounds more worried than any of us right now, because I think you woke up in hot sweats this morning, didn't you, mate, from what you were saying?
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Like, when I woke up this morning, I was just one of them, because, like, it's just one of these weeks where Man United have just dragged us through the mud, like, and it's a case that I suppose this game couldn't have come at a worse time. But at the same time, look, Tottenham aren't a big club, and at the end of the day, to lose to someone like Tottenham is just a disaster. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, they might be a decent team, but like for a club like that, especially Jose Mourinho, I just can't fathom it at the moment.
No. I mean, I'll be dropping some bottles today, but Mary, have you started on the gin yet?
No, I had enough last night. I was going home today, so I'm on the water, and I wasn't even going to drink last night, and that Cavani deal tipped me over the edge. The club drove me to drink, and I had to just neck a couple of pints of gin because
it was a mental night last night, wasn't it? I mean, Tim, how's the confidence levels over there in Canada, mate? I mean, I know you're not there yet with your boys over at the pub. I know you're setting off soon, but I mean, are you confident in this game? Can you see United taking advantage of you could say fatigued Spurs team? Is our best chance really today? But then again, I look at Spurs and they don't really. I never get scared when I'm playing Spurs. Son scares me. Kane, I think we can handle. I mean, he only till last season was his first season he managed to score a goal against us. So, I mean, I think we've got what it takes to beat this Spurs team. But I mean, are you confident enough that the players are going to be ready for this?
Well, that's it. I mean, the confidence is there that when you look at the team sheet and the players we have, that we should win the game. It's when the game starts and you start seeing some of the individual mistakes and the performances and the players not up for it, where that confidence starts to dip. So at the end of the day, it's a game absolutely they should win. And for Solskjaer, I mean, he's against Brighton and Crystal Palace now. I mean, we're all on about the transfers and the board, and that's a part of it. But if you're Solskjaer, you have to win the games that you have the personnel to win with. Like that, we're good enough to beat Crystal Palace. We're good enough to beat Brighton. We're good enough to beat Spurs. And yes, we need strengthening. But with the team that we have now and some of the performance leading up to this point, it just hasn't been good enough. And that's where the manager is going to get himself into trouble. And because you got to keep yourself in it, you've got to get performances and results in these games.
Yeah, I mean, Tim says we've got enough there, Owen, mate, to beat any team. I mean, last season we were more than enough to beat every decent team who was above us and around us. So, in theory, going off Tim's logic there, we should be winning the league, shouldn't we, mate?
Well, I mean, mate, if we won the league, I'd disappear for 3 months.
These games, not Liverpool and City, but the games.
Look, man, we have a decent enough team to be competing at the top level. Like, we should be finishing top 4 consistently every year, competing for a trophy. Like, that should be the bare minimum. And like, it's just depressing, to be honest.
Hang
'Cause,
on,
like, we're looking at top four.
hang on. I'm seeing things popping up. Keane's just jumped onto
Alex
something.
Alex Telles.
Is it done?
Agreed.
Hey!
Something's happening. Seriously,
What's that?
I have done. Telles is signed.
Who said it? It's Fabrizio who said it.
Hang on.
So they're saying
Let's find it. This always happens, done it on a live
You
show.
guys hear
Can I
that?
just say,
It's my
this
kids
is the
banging on the
second
door.
time. This is the second time I've been on here when we.
It's all over Twitter now.
Yeah, it's all over
Sky
Twitter.
Sports
Keane's
Report.
done it.
Until I've heard Fabrizio say it, man, I'm not believing shit. Until Romano says, "Here we go," I don't believe anything.
Yeah. Until he says it, like, we can't believe it, but it's all over Twitter now at the moment.
I don't know.
20 million done.
Once the reports start flying in like this from multiple sources, it's
Yeah, so it's been a few days being banged on.
Yeah, that's
€20
it.
million.
I've had my heart broken by Sancho too many times now to believe anything I read about transfer.
I think it looks like 18 million, 20 million euro, 18 million pounds. Looks like it's a deal done for Telles. Medical tonight.
You know what that
Sarah,
says to me?
Luke.
If we're ponying up to pay the money for him, then you got to think that they're at the end of their rope now, and they're saying, "I bet you Sancho comes in."
If Sancho comes in, I'm stripping off.
in.
I'm running down Oxford Road. That's
I just think that something tells me that they end up paying the money. But we won't go off on a tangent.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to go on about the game, but Yellow Bathing Suit, cheers, mate. Again, it's all about the win today, really, just to get the fans, give the fans something back. I mean, Cavani and Telles in the space of 24 hours. Everyone knows how I feel, and everyone knows United's record with South American players. So, yes, well done there, United. And that's just a little. I can't really say. I've been moaning for players and stuff, but Telles is one I think will improve us. Cavani's one of them that, you could understand it, like me and Keane said last night. If there's others coming in around him and buying Cavani is going to give us a bit of time and a bit of money to spend where it's really mattered, i.e. Sancho, then I'm all for that deal. Cavani should have happened months ago for me, because you've got a player coming in. It just looks like he's coming in for money now, because if you'd have bought him at the start of the window, like I said last night, then you can totally understand it. And the player thinks that United actually want him, but he knows now United are desperate and he's coming in for a payday. That's what it looks like to me. But Telles today, I mean, Owen, mate, I didn't get your opinion on Cavani yet. I just want to see what everyone else has to say about it as well. But if we get Telles, we've obviously got Van der Beek. Cavani comes in. Is that good enough for you?
Nah, it's not. We've had one main target all window, Jadon Sancho. We haven't got him. Like, he needed to stump up. Like, the fee that Dortmund wanted. He hasn't done it. It's just not good enough, to be honest, man. And this dilly-dallying about Telles should have been done a week ago. Should be starting today. If we sign him today, why isn't he? He should already be in the starting 11. If we've dilly-dallied about it for a week and now we're ending up paying it, why don't you just fucking pay it a week ago, man? It's just stupidity. And Cavani, I completely agree with you. Like, I was baffled. I thought I was hallucinating last night. I thought someone put some absinthe in my drink or something. I just couldn't believe it, man.
Proud to be a Geordie wants to know why you're in a car. I'll tell you exactly what's happening there. Tim is on his way to the pub to watch the match, and I'm holding him up. He's come on the show.
It's all good.
Quick, King Cantona, Telles will put pressure on Luke Shaw, which will improve Luke's performances. Do you know what? I'm going to say it now. I don't think Luke Shaw's been our worst player. Not for a long time, to be honest, but I do see it. And going forward, if we have got a Cavani in the team, then I can see a Telles working, because his assist record is very, very good. And you know what? A bit of old-fashioned crossing the ball into the box. Cavani feeds off that. That's what Cavani's game is, if he's fit. But it gives us another option. It really does give us another option. So the Telles one, I'm impressed. Well, no, I'm not impressed, because he was our second choice and we didn't manage to get the first one. But looking at him now, Reguilon and that deal that was coming with that, I probably would have took Telles over Reguilon now. I know people are just going to say that's because we've got him now. You're only just saying that because he's coming through the door. But looking at his style of play, I think he does offer us something. I mean, Keane, we were talking last night, mate, that if the Cavani deal was surrounded with others, then it's all right. It's a good window. I mean, it doesn't look like Sancho's going to come, mate, unless we're completely surprised on the last minute, which I can't see happening, especially not with Dortmund having a replacement in. But if, say, for instance, we did then go and get another forward, like the likes of Sarr, is that a good window for you?
No. Still not, because we haven't got our number one target. Like, we were haggling over Jadon Sancho all summer. He's what we need. Like, Ismail Sarr is so underwhelming. He doesn't even get on the bench of any of the other top 6 sides. So why all of a sudden should we pay 50 million for a player, who was not even considered by anyone else? And he's from the Championship as well. Not a hope. Not a hope. It's either Sancho or no one else for me, like, in terms of that right wing position, because at the end of the day, we wanted him. They've made it clear that they wanted him. Just go out and get him. Simple as that. Stop haggling. Haggling FC needs to go.
Yeah, that's it. Mary, are you on the same page as them? Is there anyone else that could come in that could spin this window into a positive one for you?
Absolutely not. It's been a disaster from start to finish. No one is going to convince me that Cavani was on Ollie's list, because if he was, we would have signed him 8 weeks ago. He was free. And the definition of a panic buy, decent player, better than Igalo and Josh King, but like a 33-year-old who's at the end of his career, on the way out, injury prone, massive wages, massive agent fees. There's no one will convince me that Ollie wants him. Not really in the profile of player he wants. Okay, fine as a stopgap, but absolutely not. If we don't get Sancho, no matter who it is, if it's Dembele, if it's Ismail Sarr, Coleman, Chiesa, any of these players, it's not the number one target. It's not good enough. Tellez is a good deal, but like Owen said, why didn't we get him 3 weeks ago? We've been negotiating for the last 3 weeks to pay what they wanted. In the end, it's an absolute shit show. Like I said it on my show last night, Matt Judge, Ed Woodward, like clowns running the circus. It's been a circus. There's literally a day left. And we're getting Cavani and Tellez, and I don't think we're going to get Sancho in. We didn't get a centre half, so it's been an absolute disaster. I'd rate it as about a 4 out of 10. Not good enough.
Yeah, I mean, King Cantona pretty much echoed that, just as you were saying it there, Mary. It's all about Ed Woodward, and it's that football people. I hear Graham Souness, and I hate listening to Graham Souness, believe me. I hate listening to the guy. But he said it today. He says, what football people are working upstairs at Manchester United. And you know what? You cannot disagree with him. You really can't. King Cantona there. And that little symbol, people, next to King Cantona is the new membership option, which is live today on the channel as well. Now, this isn't a way of just getting new membership to drive all sorts in. It is for giveaways. So people on the membership option plan, which is on my main page now, will be getting plenty back, believe me. All the details will be up. I'll probably speak more about that later after the game, hopefully if we've won, because I just want to talk about angry people around me. It's easy to talk about things, but yeah, that is now live on the channel, and King Cantona is the winner of the competition from last week, people, as well. So if you do get a chance, just have a quick look at his Instagram page. He's there sporting it. He's smashing his chest. He's smashing the badge for today, hoping that we are going to get this win like everyone else. But yeah, I'll talk about that a bit more detail and what is involved in that later. Let's see what else we've got here. I'm just going to get into a few of your comments before we get into some score predictions today. Let's see. Yeah, I said Paul says there. Exactly the same, Paul, mate. First time I ever agreed with Souness. I mean, the other interesting one, we touched on it just off air. You didn't hear it, Tim, mate. But Evra going in on United now. Now, we've seen a few times last season, I think it was, Evra was sat in with Ed Woodward quite a bit. I think he just completely lost it now. I think the fan has taken over him. And you can tell when there's a problem at the football club, when the ex-players and knowing that he's actually on a major broadcasting company like Sky, the fan is just coming out of him. You can see it in everything that he does now. And he was going on straight away. I think it was the host said that United earn more money on match days than anybody. So they're coming out of this COVID-19 situation worse than anybody, and ever went, no. Simple as. No way that is an excuse for Manchester United. It's what we need, mate. We need people like Evra making noises, but end of the day, moves like they have done today will sort of just give them that little bit of time. They're very strategical in the announcements that they make, this football club. They think that they can just pull the wool over our eyes, and I'm just not having it anymore, mate. It never speaks for the fans, really, mate. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it and what you think about it. I mean, it is purely from the heart now, it would seem.
Well, it's not just my internet's getting a bit patchy. I'm sponging off a Starbucks right now, but so I've seen it with Evra, with Rio, with Gary Neville. Everybody's a lot of ex-players now are coming out and speaking out against the club and their dealings and how they do business. And it's funny because the club get criticized, and then they release these press briefings about how, you know, the fans, we're not listening to the panic on Twitter and social media and trust the process. You've got ex-players like Gary Neville literally owns a football club, so he understands the business. He understands, and they're all ex-players. They understand how how transfers work. So it's almost insulting when the club come out and are so condescending and try to be so limited, you know, limit the fans' opinions and limit these ex-players' opinions when it's clear to see for everybody what's going on. It's just ridiculous.
Claire, I mean, it'd be interesting to see what Evra being a left back, Owen, mate, thinks about Tellers, because apparently it's all over the Sky Broadcasting Network now. So Evra being on Sky working right now, his words were, they haven't dealt with the left back situation since I left, which I had to laugh at the time. But yeah, I think he's probably right, mate, to be honest.
Well, he hasn't really, have we?
No.
Fabrizio Romano has just tweeted about Tellers.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, mate.
Owen's happy.
Here we
go.
That man could tell me I was going to be a millionaire tomorrow. I fucking believe him, honestly. Honest to God. Oh, what a man! What a man Fabrizio Romano is. What a man! Love the man.
Guy never sleeps.
Honestly, I don't know how he does it, man.
It's people who are well connected, mate. That's what it is.
I mean, his missus must never see him. He must be on the blow of the old time.
Has he got one? Has he got one?
I don't think so.
He's married to football.
If he doesn't, I'll offer.
Ooh.
Nice.
Let me know.
Fabrizio.
Mary.
You can see Fabrizio, She Devils. That's the one. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that
We'd
left
have a
back.
nice game.
Go on, Keane. Go on, mate.
We'd have an in the know then.
That's it, yeah, we will have an in the know. That's the one. Proper up there. But let's get back to football matters again. I mean, I'm going to come to you all now. It's score prediction time, guys. Confidence. Forget about what's just happened and possibly two players coming in. Let's have a look at what's happened the last few weeks in terms of United and on the pitch. So 3 wins in a row, whether you moan about the results and the way the performance is and who we were playing against, it's still 3 wins in a row, 3 goals scored in each of them games. So, I mean, the goals are going in. Defence is a bit shaky, obviously, but from what you've seen so far, I'll come to you first, Keane, mate. Today's score prediction, I think you went, did you do a 2-2, was it, Keane? I can't even remember what you said. You went 2-1, 2-1.
So I'm going to go Paul Pogba scoring, and then a lovely Bruno Fernandes penalty, and I hope he does a Suarez dive in front of Mourinho.
You stole my thunder then, mate. I was just going to ask you who you fancied for the goals as well. Yeah, well on there, mate. I mean, Mary, how you seen today? Is it a big win today, or is it going to be like Owen and Tim said? Is it going to be parking the bus and a struggle?
I think I went for 2-2 on my own preview. I think Spurs are leaking goals. They haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 8. We've conceded 5 in our last 2 Premier League games. Spurs had 2 clean sheets in the last 27 away games. And they've scored 19 goals this season. Like you said, we've won 3-0 in our last 3 games. Mourinho, a lot of people expect him to come and park the bus, but he hasn't really done that this season with Spurs. So it's either going to be a boring 0-0 or I'm going to go with 2-2. There hasn't been a draw in this game in the last 14, so I'm going to go with a draw.
Tim, confident, mate, now? Or has it changed since I spoke to you last on Thursday, or you're still thinking the same result, mate?
What did I say on Thursday again? I forget.
I
said 2-1?
I think you said 2-1. I think you went close game like Keane did.
I forgot. You cut out there. I forget what I said, but I'm gonna go. If I changed it, then people can let me know how much of a nonce I am in the comments. I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 United.
2-1. I think that's what you went with last time, mate. To be honest.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. Owen, mate, are you confident, my friend?
My bum's not flapping. I'll say that. I don't know. I'm just not looking forward to it because it's Mourinho, and I think it will just be a bit of a shit game. I can see it being a draw, to be honest, but I'm going to be a little bit confident and say 2-1, and I'm going to hope that Keane's prediction is true and that Bruno wins it with a penalty and just pure shithousery to wind him up. Just wind up Mourinho that little bit more, just let him go a little bit more mental so he checked into the care a year earlier.
If there was going to be a penalty against Mourinho, a nice VAR overturned decision to get a penalty would probably just wind him up even more.
Eric Dyer's been the one that's been in the shithousery lately, isn't it?
Yeah, literally, mate. Literally.
Oh, boom.
Yeah, Tim's pulling out the phone.
That was bad banter at its finest, wasn't it? That was bad banter.
Let's see how happy he is after the game. I don't know what you guys are doing after the game. I'm going to put the link up anyway because there is a phone-in show tonight, people, as well, about 20-30 minutes after the game. So I'm really hoping that the vibe is just as sort of positive-ish as it is now. And everyone's not coming on screaming at me saying that the club's going down the pan. But latest new member there, yellow bathing suit. Cheers very much, mate.
Hey.
In the bag. That's it. Do tune in later for more information on that. I'm going to have to tell you, no matter if you lose or draw or win, people, I'm going to have to give you the info then. So don't shoot me if we're all in bad moods and it looks like I'm just talking about something else you don't want to be listening to because we just had our asses handed to us by Mourinho. It's not going to happen because United are going to go and win 3-1. I'm telling you right now. Stop with 3-1 all the way.
There we go.
I feel like Spurs' defence is still not right. It really isn't. I feel Martial is due. Rashford's just finding form. I think Greenwood is our winner today, though, guys. I fancy a brace for Greenwood myself. I really do. And I fancy... What do I fancy? You know what else?
Be a big statement to Southgate.
I'm going to go with that Bruno penalty like everyone else. I just can't seem to get through a game without a penalty, mate.
I just want to see Twitter go into a fucking meltdown.
Oh, mate.
Bruno penalty.
Oh, please, mate, if anyone doesn't watch me on or follow me on Twitter or Instagram, whatever it is, obviously, I'm a big advocate of Bruno Fernandes. So anyone who comes in on him with a pointless comment, which they all are, then you'll see me react. And if he scores today, I will be all over that, along with everyone else. I just feel like today's a day when this team steps up. And, you know, I really hope I'm right because I can't handle another depressing phone-in, another depressing after-talk, post-match analysis where we're going, you know what, we've got no hope. But we win this today. I think we've sort of stemmed the flow, haven't we, guys? Because... 2 wins, international break, deadline day tomorrow. We've sort of got ourselves back in the mix a little bit. We're not too far behind and it doesn't look as bad, but it has to be a win today. No matter what happens off the pitch now, we cannot be going 9 points behind. Literally, that will be 9 points behind an Everton. Never mind Liverpool. Both the Liverpool teams are ahead of us by 9 points if it goes wrong today.
Let's get Mary back on the gin today. Come on, United. Come on.
Wait, win or lose, we're on the booze, lads. That's all I'm saying.
I love
You come on the phone-ins. Come on the phone-in later after the game. Yeah, there will be a beer at my side. Believe me, I'm gonna. That's if I've not drank it all while the game's on. But yeah, say that again, Keith.
I have no beer today. What's going on?
You need to get to the shop now, mate.
That's shocking.
Tim,
by the way, it's Sunday in Clonmel, lad. Most things are closed.
By the way, Tim.
Sunday in Clonmel, it all shuts at 5 o'clock, man. So you got to get down there lively.
Yeah, this is why everyone loves this. Everyone loves these shows because it's just like five of us are down the pub talking right now. It's like a normal conversation. That's why people love the show. How far away is the pub, by the way, Tim? How long do you need to get there?
Just a 5 minute drive down the road, mate.
Okay, so I've got about another 25 minutes of show to do. Only messing. I am going to let you get going and get off to the game. So, everybody, do give the video a like. Check out the new membership section on the channel as well, like Yellow Bathing Suit there. I am back with the phone in later where I'll give you loads more details on what's going on with that. It is good, believe me. And the most important thing, forget the transfers, forget anything else. It's all about the win today. We can go on to the transfers later, but today's about the game and United need the win. Quickly, people, just give the guys a shout out where they can catch you. They may want to see your reactions to certain goals on social media while this game's going on. Keen, where are you at, mate, on socials, pal?
So my Keen_Franey on Twitter saying, catch me over there with my Bruno Fernandes propaganda.
Yeah. Mary, as if everyone didn't know, just tell the people.
She Devils United on YouTube, at Mary She Devil UTD on Twitter.
Sweet as. Owen, mate.
Got Red 99 on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Have a look at it. I'll be doing a show during the week with a crafty couple having a few beers and chatting shite.
Sweet, nice one. But what's your personal account, mate? Because that may be more interesting.
Owen Roch 1 is the personal account. So if you want to see me going fucking mad when Bruno scores a penalty, have a look at that.
That's one to watch. And Timothy, hit them up, mate.
Niagara Red personal account and Niagara MUFC, and I'll be posting from the pub during the game and be joining Adam after the game. So
yes, we'll be on. We'll be getting all the atmosphere from the pub. I'm hoping for a fan camp. It's social distancing. We can't do that sort of thing anymore. Anyway, people, get yourselves comfy. Get yourselves all settled in for the game because it's kicking off in about 25 minutes. Fingers crossed, I'll be back here beaming with a big smile after the game. Hopefully I can get some of the guys on as well with us afterwards. I know everyone's busy right now, but do tune in later, hopefully with a big win for the Reds, and looking forward to transfer deadline day. People, I will catch you after the game.